How to engage students in an online session? This is a question Anjit Singh was asking. Thank you for the question. I would really like to ask you to put your questions in the comments, because whenever you put a question, we can take it on, we can think about it, we can collaborate in our team and then produce a video for you so that you have more information. Today's session is, as Anjit asked, on the topic of how to involve children in an online session. So let's divide in two ways of online workshops. One is with student involvement and the other one is without student involvement. Let's first clarify what we mean by that. The one with student involvement means that the student is present at this moment in a setting, classroom setting, Zoom, whatever you want to use, and that you as a teacher involve your student. Means you are engaging with the student, with each and every student in a setting. The other one is without student involvement. In that setting, you have two possibilities. Either you have a fixed time, students are there, you are there as a teacher, but you're not engaging with them. You don't involve them, you just give content. In that case, you could also record or pre-record the video so that you upload it and they can watch it at any time. What is the benefit of pre-recording the video? The benefit is that you can ask the parents that the student should watch it or they should show it to their child whenever the child has its most concentrated period of the day, phase of the day. When you set a fixed time, means that some children, because of maybe when they're at home, they have a different schedule, are not so concentrated, they just ate, they're tired, or they're hungry, all of that. So this is the one thing what you have to fight when you're doing it like this. When you're pre-recording it and you're uploading it for the students, then you can really ask the parents for a better outcome. Make sure that the child sees it at a time when they are super concentrated and super eager to learn something. In the case of a pre-recorded video, see that there's only one lesson and it should be no longer than 10 to 15 minutes. In the one with the student engagement, and this is the one which is more challenging, so this is also what Anjit was asking, how to engage with the students. Again, I need to say you need to break down the number of students. The second is also, I highly recommend you that you make a short video that you send to the children a day before, a short 1 minute, 2-minute video, and you ask them to prepare the same equipment for the session, for the lesson, than you. For example, if it's about colors, for example, you have an orange and in the video you say, here's an orange, please see that tomorrow you have an orange with you. Then you can have an apple. Let's say you have a red apple. Please see that you have a red apple with you. If there's something parents have to get at home, then you need to give them time to get it. But you can also take everyday material, utensil, what you know that in your areas everyone has at home. So it's high likely that they have it at home. And you can always have a little bit more extras, add-ons. So in case a child doesn't have this one, they might have a different one. Why is this so important? When the children have the same material in their hands than you have, they can touch it. So you have touch, they can do something with it. And then always see that there is some exercise, that they do something with it. For example, if you have a lesson on the table, at the table, by the table, that they are really having a table, that they have an object, in example, a small teddy bear or some puppet, some doll, something where they can really play with it to make it understandable. And then that is a proper preparation. See that you are always engaged with the parents to speak with them if what they are able to get or not. This you can do via WhatsApp group or whatever tool you want to use. Just tell them, please make sure that your child gets this for the next day. Do not just do it via the parents, but also with the children themselves. So you make this 1 minute video, which you can send it with the WhatsApp to the parents. They show it to the child and you address the children. You say, dear children, tomorrow we are doing this in this session. Please prepare for the session. Show them the items and see that they have it. So when you start your class, online class, you have the children, you need to have them visible if you want to engage them. So the first thing you do, you see if they have all of the items, you check it out and address the children by name. Yeah. Then give also some time to tell something. That's now a question of age. So you always should have about 2 minutes time in the beginning that you ask them, was it difficult to get this, and so on and so on. Unmute the child, speak with the child for about only 1 minute. Then you go to the next, to the next, to the next. No, the children can't pay attention for such a long time, but see that throughout the session, all of the children had been addressed personally. At the next step, you do your exercise that you prepared. Make sure that the children are following the movement. See that there is some movement. See that there's something to write down or to make notes or to draw. See that there is something maybe they can smell, that they can taste also. If you're an orange, for the color orange at the end, you can also open it. So that is an important part. First, send them the video for preparation the day before. Then check if they have all of the items. After that, you do your main session. Before you go to the main session, make sure some of the children can tell something. At the end of the main session, make sure children can tell something. Engagement means that you're also speaking with the children. You need to structure that by yourself in a proper way because the children are very different. Yeah, there should be a time when you have 1 by 1 children. And there should be a time where you can unmute 2 or 3 children. And there should be a time when you unmute all of the children. So there are different levels of exercises included in that. 1 by 1 means that they engage with you directly. 3 children together means that you give them an exercise also to be careful and listen. When can I speak? When is someone else speaking? And you have to kind of work out a rule who can speak when. And when all of this works fine, then you can open up for 7, 8 children because they know how to do that. Please always note in Zoom also, you can break down in groups. You can break down in 2 or 3 in groups of 2 or 3 children. So if you have 8 children, you can divide them in 3 groups. Let's say 9 children, you can divide them in 3 groups. You have 3, 3, 3. Give them a small thing to do. Like, for example, they should find together a sentence where the word orange is inside and the color orange is inside. Very simple thing to do. So you have different ways and you need to jump between them. What is important is, don't make the session too long. I did talk about the basics already in a different video. Please go there if you didn't see that. I will put it here at the end of the video so that you can go to that immediately if you want to. So you have different steps. You have different phases. You have the phase of preparation. You have the phase of concentration, and you have the phase of deepening. And in between, you should put some relaxing and regenerating areas. So you can have the phase of preparation, then you can have some small talk with the children. Then you go in the phase of concentration. After that, for example, you can put them in small groups. They should tell each other what they have heard and so on. And then you go back, you do a deepening exercise. And then, for example, you open up and let all of them talk together or you sing a song together. When it comes to engagement, also make sure that all of the senses are really there, that there is some kind of body movement, that there is some maybe also speaking something, singing something, repeating something. Make sure you really listen to the children. You can put it in a game, like you can say the name and this child is saying the color orange, then you put up the apple and the name, and another child is saying red. So you can do that also with timing and all kind of things. Just always make sure that the children are with you. Do not talk for a long time to the children. Make short talks. What it means is you can prepare 2 minutes content, then engagement. 2 minutes content, 2 minutes engagement. 2 minutes content, 2 minutes engagement. So you see there are many different ways to build something up. What is always important is the basics that you need to see in a different video. One of them is really, really important, small groups. You can't have 15 groups when you do student involvement, because that you can do if the children are way older and they are writing already their comments and everything. But when they are very young, there needs to be a high level of student involvement. So these are some tips for you to better handle their student engagement. As you see, I did not give you a sequence. I didn't say you need to do this first, this second, this third, this fourth. Number one, you're a trained teacher. Trained teacher, you know the methodologies. So in that regard, if you need help with that, please let us know so we can give this basic workshop on methodologies and how the sequencing is useful. In the second also, it should be adjusted to the group of children you are addressing. So when you're addressing a group of children who are super communicative, it will be very different than when you're addressing a group of children who like to listen, who like to sing songs, who like to learn through physical exercise. So you need to figure out how your students respond. So normally when you start with an online class model, with engagement of students, you try, it's the trial and error thing, you try different things. You try movement, you try song, you try showing something, you try games, and you see what are the students responding best, when do they get the best knowledge out of it, when can they come, when are they giving back the information you see it's really with them. At the end, it's really important for me to say again, when it comes to preschoolers and online learning, that is always just one way to address children because there's so much more. Children learn at that age through the daily life experiences, through the togetherness. The social learning happens especially when you are together with the children, when they are together with other children. The emotional learning, the regulation of emotion needs time. The teacher needs to be with this one child and work that out, what is coming up emotionally. You can't do this in an online classroom setting. You can't put all of your focus on one child who has now an emotional imbalance. So it has its limits, that's important to understand. But during this coronavirus period, where we always have lockdowns, openings, you still want to engage with the children. You still want to keep them involved and you still want to help them also to gain more information and knowledge. And so in that regard, it's very important to see that you create life experiences through this learning. If you're interested in more, if you're interested in life experiences, then please put it in the comment and we can give you some exact examples what and how to do. Please do not forget, if you did not subscribe to this channel yet, you click the like button and do please click the notification so that you're always notified when we are putting something out. Please stay tuned, stay with us, and the more questions we get, the more videos will be produced, because as soon as a question comes, we want to address it very fast. We wish you a very good day and hope to see you soon again. All the best in your online classes.